Hello everyone and welcome back to Apollo Justice Ace Attorney, where we've got to be pretty close to uncovering this mystery. Let's hear what exactly Mr. Justice has to say for himself. Maybe it's not the premise for my explanation of the switch that's at fault. Maybe it's our premise for the entire case so far. What premise is this specifically? I'm glad you asked. I'm saying that maybe the killing didn't take place in the third act. That was my thought. What's this? But Detective Emma Skye heard shots and found the body. Yeah, but he's already dead by that point. All of this happened in the third act. Gunshots rang out, and according to his testimony, Maki was in that dressing room at the time. Where are you going with this, Mr. Justice? Stay with me, Your Honor. He also told us this in his testimony, namely that the victim had already been shot. We all heard gunshots, but no one saw the shooting. This is insane. Just before the shooting took place, the shooter was heard on his headset, telling someone to press the switch. The next moment, Prosecutor Gavin's guitar bursts into flame. We know that a remote-triggered igniter was inside the guitar. But why, though? Man, it does seem like there's so much we don't know, though. Like, why did they burn the guitar? There has to be something to that. Because, yeah, that does kind of, like, tie it together at that exact same time. From all these facts, we can draw only one conclusion. The crime did not take place during the third act, but during the ballad performance, the second act. Ooh, what? That was a neat noise. Order, order, order! Yeah, but that goes against the evidence. What does, Your Honor? This crime was carried out according to the lyrics of the song, yes? Hey, he's right, look. It was done to throw us off. Oh, we've been Danganronpa'd. The bullet is supposed to come after the fire, but doesn't need to. You're thinking about it the wrong way. Huh? Look, why would the shooter craft the events of the day to follow the lyrics anyway? It's an awful lot of trouble to go through, with little merit for the person doing it. Ooh, well, I'm sure whoever it was had some reason. Yes, they did. A reason that made it advantageous to follow the lyrics. You're saying the order was reversed on purpose. Reversed, Prosecutor Gavin? If the criminal followed the lyrics strictly, then yes. The shooting would have had to come after the guitar burst into flames. Yet their forehead has raised another possibility. He's claiming that the bullet came not after, but just before the fire. Couldn't have put it better myself. We were only meant to think that the shooting came after the guitar burst into flames. That was the criminal's objective. The crime followed the lyrics to a point, but that was just the ruse. Why else would the killer risk discovery by moving the body? That was a final touch to make us think he'd follow the lyrics the whole way. Your move, Chuckles. Order, order, order. That would explain this most unusual situation. It does. The killer changed the order of events to create himself an alibi. In other words, the killer was someone who had an alibi for the third set, but not the second. I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but sadly it has. Let me tell you why your little fairy tale makes no sense at all. Oh, it sounds good, I'll give you that. You've given us a reason why the killer bothered following the lyrics of my song, but I question your logic. For it is flawed from the very beginning. What do you got? Flawed? Yes, a contradiction, Air Forehead, one I've pointed out several times no less. At the time of the crime, the small window at the scene was closed. How could Lemoire have heard the voice through it? Oh, I know. I know that you would like to divert attention from this critical fact, but you're basing your entire line of reasoning on a false premise. Nope. Right. Lemoire's testimony is my entire case. The voice she heard, the shooter's voice. Well, what if she couldn't hear it, Apollo? She could. Look, what do we have? A man saying press the switch. And near the crime scene we have a switch, which acts as a remote trigger for an igniter. And last but not least, Prosecutor Gavin's flaming guitar. It can't all be coincidence, but how do I make it work? I know how. I see a more direct line of questioning is required. When the crime scene was investigated immediately after the crime, that window was closed. Care to tell us how Lemoire heard the voice? Yes, I do.
A key point to be sure. Mr. Justice, can you explain this to the court?
I hope it's multiple choice because I got this. Okay, Justice, you've got one thing to prove and one thing only. Lamar heard a voice, and she heard it during the second set. Think, how was Lamar able to hear the voice? There it is. There it is. She was somewhere else, and she couldn't say it because... I know why. I think I know why. She didn't want to give away the... No, that was... Wait, alright, now I'm confused on time. Oh, I had it! When we investigated the scene, the window was closed. The shooter had no reason to close it had it been open either. Meaning it was impossible to hear the voice through that window. Okay. It's good to hear you making sense again. For a moment, I was afraid you might be a Borginian too. Wait, what? That doesn't sound right. As I was saying, Lamar could not hear the voice through the window. So there can be only one explanation. She heard the voice from another location entirely.
Ooh, what's this?
You do amuse me so. And here I thought you and Good Sense were back on speaking terms. Now I'm afraid you and Good Sense speak to entirely different language. Oh, I get what he's saying. Okay. Shall I interpret for you, Air Forehead? Lamar clearly stated she heard the voice through that small window. There's only one small window at the scene. She couldn't say where she was. Are you sure? Think about it. Isn't there another small window at the scene? There is? Yep.
Ah, I know that look. He wants us to ask him.
No, I want you to figure out.
Very well, you claim Lamar heard the voice from another location. Mr. Justice, show us where this location was.
I don't want to. Oh wait, okay. I think I know. Alright. Here we go. Can I feel like I can't point at the thing I want to point at. It's right there. It could also be that one. It's gotta be that one. This is where Lamar heard that voice from.
But that's no small window. That's the air vent.
What did she tell us? She said she's a Borginian, unfamiliar with our language. It's not a stretch to imagine she called this air vent a small window. Now you've gone beyond ridiculous and into ludicrous. So Lamar is up in the ventilation system listening to this man's voice. That's the only logical explanation, yes. Logical, I do not think this word means what you think it means, Air Forehead. You keep on using that word, but I do not think it means what you think it means. That's awesome. That might be my favorite reference so far. Okay, what about it isn't logical? Duh, it hardly merits saying. Why would Lamar be in the ventilation system, hiding like a rat? No offense intended to her, of course. The explanation for that is simple, Prosecutor Gavin. Isn't it, Lamar? You've been listening to our discussion here, yes? Yes. I admit it has me quite confused. It's had me quite confused since yesterday. Yes, the small window was closed. Why should that mean I could not hear through it? I feared our prosecutor might himself need an interpreter. Okay. Ugh. The problem here is words. Lamar, this small window through which you heard the voice, was it up high on the ceiling on the room, not low on a wall? Yes, it was up on the ceiling. What? Got him! Oh, I'm so excited.
Order, order, I will have order. Witness, you will clarify this statement to the court. Are you in fact saying that you were up above the ceiling of the room? And that's where you heard the moment of the crime?
Yes, in fact I was. I'm sorry, I never imagined it would become such an important point. Yes, well, why the heck were you up there? Come on.
I believe it's time for another testimony.
I'm not sure. I can't.
May I remind you that this is a murder trial. We will hear your testimony. Tell us why you witnessed the crime from above the ceiling of that room. Please.
Oh. Well, looks like I'm on the right track. I know why. Yes, I was above the ceiling when I heard the voice. I heard there was a small window there before. It was in the middle of my performance. I had no time to report what I heard. It was during the show. It was during the magic trick. And now she doesn't want to tell us about it because she doesn't want to give away the trick, because she probably promised Volant that she wouldn't. As to why I was there, I cannot say. I am bound to secrecy on this matter. Yeah. Can I just, like, whisper to the judge? Like, let him know? Like, dude, this is what's up.
Bound to secrecy.
In my line of work, one has many obligations to uphold.
But you say you were in the middle of your performance, so this did happen during the second set.
No, I did not witness the crime, you must understand. I only know what I heard.
Yes, but you must tell us what you were doing, in detail.
Why, though? Doesn't really matter. That's what cross-examination is for. Yeah, air forehead. Our mission in this court is to discern the truth. No obligation, no binding pact may hinder that mission.
Very well. Mr. Justice, you may begin your cross-examination.
What are you going to do, Apollo? I'm going to find out the truth. She was up above that ceiling for a reason. I just have to get it out of her. Dude. Above the ceiling, could you be more specific? I cannot. Because you're bound to secrecy. Yes. To tell the truth, I was not supposed to even say I was above the ceiling. I dare not say more. Doesn't sound like I'll be able to coax it out of her just by asking. By small window, you mean the air vent. I only remember what I needed to be careful of where I put my hands and feet. I could see the light coming through the window, of course.
The air vent grate could trip you up, certainly.
So I was walking very carefully when I heard the gunshots. Startled, I crouched and listened. That's when I heard this voice come from the room. Darian's voice. I knew something terrible had happened, yet she had to go, otherwise I was in the middle of the performance. So without a word, you just let the third set start. After the curtain closed for the second set, there was still much to do. You could have prevented this whole misunderstanding if you had only told us sooner. Yes, perhaps I could have. I see little point in badgering the witness. What's done is done. The mind works differently when one is in the middle of a performance. Why, I've lost my voice in the middle of a show and kept on singing completely unaware. Singing without a voice? If only all contradictions were so obvious. If only I could get Lamoire to talk. Pressing her like this doesn't seem to be getting me anywhere. So I need evidence. You heard the gunshot during the second set during your performance. You're quite sure? Yes, why would I lie about the time?
Why didn't you tell us this yesterday?
No one asked me, it's true. I thought you all knew. I told you Maki was not the killer. I told you this many times. Yes, you did. But you never told us why. I am sorry. I was not able to speak of it. Unable or unwilling? Unable! She's not talking, Apollo. What should we do? We'll just have to prove it ourselves. As long as she's bound by this pact of silence, she won't talk. But if you can prove why she was up there, she'll have to admit it. But how are you going to do that? She was singing on the stage, Apollo. She couldn't have been up above the ceiling, too. Yes, she could. I've got a theory as to why, too. And maybe I've got the evidence to prove it. Okay, so I just have to know... Did I press this already? I've kind of lost track of the statements. Exactly who bound you to secrecy? I'm not sure I'm allowed to say who it was. No, I think perhaps that is alright. It is just a name after all. It was Volant Grimari. Perhaps you know him.
Volant Grimari? What?
You mean Uncle Volant?
What's Volant Grimari? Who's Volant Grimari?
A grand magician, the one responsible for the illusion performed during our concert.
Oops. Interesting reaction, Prosecutor Gavin. Lamoire was bound to secrecy. It's going to take some hard-hitting proof to make her talk. I think I know why she was up there, but how do I prove it? Okay. Alright. I think I know what the evidence is. I'm not sure where, though.
I had heard there was a small window there before. I think it's that one. Bound to secrecy. Yeah, it's gotta be this one. I have Y. Right, because that shows that showed the trick. Yeah, okay. Lamoire, truth be told, the reason for your presence above the ceiling is quite clear, especially when you consider what happened during your performance. What happened? Yes, it's all right here on this video. That happened so fast, like 15 seconds maybe? And then she appears there. It's interesting she was able to sing. I'm assuming it was pre-recorded. As we can see, Lamoire was clearly not on stage for her entire performance. Ah! Though it saddens me to be so realistic, Lamoire is incapable of actually vanishing, let alone teleportation. So the only explanation is that she was hidden from view. And during that time, she moved to the back of the forum. Apollo? What, Trucy? It's not nice to reveal magician's secrets, and it's against the rules. I'm a lawyer, I'm not supposed to be nice. This is all very fascinating, but how is it possible? There's only 20 seconds between when she disappeared and reappears. She couldn't have moved that fast. Is something wrong, Prosecutor Gavin? This was his concert, his show. He knows how the illusion was performed. Ah! He's just realizing his own oversight. Got him. Let's look at the cross-section diagram again. Here we can trace a route through the ceiling. It goes from the stage through the back stage to the rear of the forum. Ah! Recall Lamoire's testimony from yesterday. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. I thought that was weird. That's how I saw it. I just kind of let that go, and I really shouldn't have. She went from the stage to the backstage exit. A perfect description of this route above the ceiling. Lamoire knew of this because of her part in the illusion. She wasn't the only one who knew. Do what? Just now in the lobby, Maki told me something. I know if I open vent, I can leave stage, like backstage. He said that. Oh, were you not informed, Prosecutor Gavin? I knew about the Vanishing Act, of course, yet I had no idea of the route that would be used. Why didn't that magician tell me? Magicians only reveal details of their acts on a need-to-know basis. They're the bread and butter of a magician's life, you know. So, Maki was helping... Was Maki helping Lamoire, and that's... No. I think Maki was in the room, and then went up, which is why he bound Lamoire to secrecy. Well, Lamoire? I'm impressed, Mr. Attorney. Maki was right about you. So what does this mean? Are you saying you used this route above the ceiling? I did. Well, that's that, but I'm still a little confused. No surprise there. Why is that, Your Honor? As I said before, there's very little time between when she disappeared and when she reappeared. How could she have stopped? 20 seconds tops, especially if she stopped to hear the shooter's voice. That's a good question. Can the witness explain this to the court? I cannot. Very well, Mr. Justice. Yes? It's all up to you. Do your thing. What thing, Your Honor?
You need to explain how Lemoire was able to teleport like she did. Or I'm throwing your case out with the bathwater. Wait, what? Why
do I get picked on? It's Lemoire who isn't going along with the program here.
As I've stated before, I'm not at liberty to speak of the illusion that night in detail.
Then you'll just have to tell us what you can. We'll hear your testimony on this. Mr. Justice, it will be your job to wring the truth out of her.
Yes, if you would, please.
Right. I feel like a student before finals. Good luck, Apollo! The big illusion.
I followed the route exactly as I was instructed. There was an emergency exit on the backstage where the stagehand waited. From there, one can enter the forum on the opposite side of the stage. The plan was for me to move there in 2 minutes. It's on my way when I heard a voice.
2 minutes, you say? The mystery deepens.
I suppose it was too much to hope the judge would come up with something.
As does my curiosity.
Good.
Take it away, Mr. Justice.
Right, Your Honor. I have to just find the contradiction between what Lemoire is saying and what we can see plainly in the video.
I figured it out already. I am a magician after all.
Well, tell me.
Not a chance. I can't reveal another magician's secrets. Come on.
Hey, you're supposed to be on my side here. Alright, let's see. What do we got? I'm gonna press everything first. Exactly as I was instructed. How did you proceed along this route?
How? Why, I walked.
But you arrived behind the forum much too fast to have been walking. Tell the truth, Lemoire. You rode some kind of vehicle. Oh, sorry.
What vehicle? What vehicle?
Ah, what a novel idea. I like it.
Hey, that's not a bad guess. Wrong, but not bad.
Yes, laugh at the dumb attorney. I don't mind.
I'm sorry, but the girl is right. That vent was much too small for vehicles. It was a tight fit. Even I had to crouch as I walked. I cannot imagine a vehicle that would fit in such a small space.
If it wasn't a vehicle, then what was it?
You had me going for a while there, Mr. Justice. Too bad. Are you ready for the next part?
Why do I feel like I'm on some kind of quiz show? Okay. Did everyone on the concert staff know about the trick?
Not at all. Only a few that were needed to help. See, like I said, it's on a need-to-know basis.
So not many people knew about the trick.
What were these stagehands required to do?
One needed to open the emergency exit. The door to the stairs is locked, but once through there...
Get into the forum on the opposite side of the stage, okay? So when you came back out, you were behind the audience.
Yes, that is how it worked.
Not the bad show, if I do say so myself.
That's Uncle Volant for you, the El Grimari touch.
But the video, you were only gone for 20 seconds. How is that possible?
That's the part I don't get either.
Yes, it would be hard to go so far in only 20 seconds.
2 minutes? That doesn't seem right. 2 minutes?
Yes, it can be done in 1 minute if you are running.
Running? In that cramped, dark tunnel above the ceiling?
Mr. Attorney, have you forgotten? Dark or lit makes no difference to me.
Well, that's true, but...
So you're saying that on the night of the concert you made the trip in 2 minutes?
Yes, though I nearly didn't make it in time. You see, I stopped halfway.
Lemoire disappears in video for 20 seconds, but she says she made the trip in 2 minutes. How?
If you want my professional opinion, I bet the answer is right there in that video.
Well, Mr. Justice, perhaps you have some evidence for us? Something that can explain this discrepancy between the video and her testimony?
Evidence explaining the discrepancy. Do we bluff? I have nothing. I have absolutely nothing. I'm gonna bluff. There's one piece of evidence that explains the discrepancy between the video and the testimony. Am I the only one thinking like stunt double? Let's watch the tape again, because I clearly wasn't paying enough attention. Sorry. Oh, can I... Wait, hold on. I want to see her as she leaves. Oh, I guess I hadn't gone far enough. Alright. Alright, I want to... I wish I could, like, freeze frame this. How does she look there? Like, what looks different? Okay, oh, crap. Ugh. What's different? Oh, I think I see something. Oh, I think I see something. I need to go back to before she disappeared. Can I get like a close up? Yep. Okay. And then if it just like, I need a different angle. I need like, there it is. Yes. Oh, okay. Oh, did they use a stunt double? Has to be it. Because that version of Lemoire was missing something. And that thing was this. Oh, all right. My voice is giving out, but we're gonna do it. Lemoire, do you happen to remember this brooch? Ah, that brooch. We saw it yesterday, did we not? It was found at the scene, Your Honor. And you're bringing this up now. Why? I thought we had already determined when it was dropped. So did I, but we hadn't. Take another look at the video. Oh, God. Sorry, guys. Yep, there she has it. Here you can see she's wearing the brooch. So she is. Let's look a bit later. Oh, thank God to go through the whole thing. Here it is. About to change. There we go. I don't think that's not her. Ooh, what? The brooch is gone. What? Yes. The brooch disappeared in the short space of 20 seconds. And it takes a full minute to run from the stage to the backstage. Which means there can only be one explanation. The Lemoire we see before the Vanishing Act and the Lemoire we see after are two different people. Ooh, what? What? The brooch was found on the floor at the crime scene. And not just on the floor, but on the floor directly beneath the air vent. Lemoire, tell me, did you drop the brooch on your way from the stage to the backstage? At the very moment you witnessed the crime?
Yes, I think I did.
Oh, this is so good! Ooh, order, Prosecutor Gavin! From your expression, I gather you had no idea this was the case there, Judge. I, of course, knew about it. Wait, what? Ooh, what? Don't get me wrong, I wasn't hiding it. It just never occurred to me that the switch and the shooting took place at the same time. So, I was right? There was a switch? There was. Just before the stage's tower rose, Lemoire was replaced. While we're on the subject as to who was this replacement Lemoire? Ooh, why the man behind the illusion, the Volant Grimari? Who's Grimari? That's quite the illusion, but I still don't get one thing.
Yes.
The switch happened before the tower rose, correct? That's right, but this fake Lamoire is still singing, and she's pretty good. That's true. Oh no. Come on, Apollo, that's an easy one. They're just playing a recording. The Gaviners aren't some kind of air guitar band, Fraulein. Oh, you mean I'm wrong? She had When we play a show live, we play live, no recordings. Perhaps you can explain, Lamoire.
Very well.
Yes, do tell and add it to your testimony. You were singing?
Yes. Mr. Gavin expressed a dislike for recordings, so I used this.
Wait, so you were singing the whole time? Even when you were crawling above the ceiling toward the backstage?
Why should it matter where I sing when everywhere I go is the same darkness?
Oh. But if you were singing while you were walking...
That's right, wouldn't the shooter and victim have heard? She was singing right over their heads after all.
Nope. That is right. Nope. Are you sure? You'd have to be pretty hard of hearing to miss someone singing in the ceiling. Well, once again, we come back to the state of the scene of the crime. What state?
I know what he means. That old speaker, Apollo.
The speaker? Yeah, it was blaring. That speaker was blaring at the time of the murder.
That's for the monitoring the stage from this room.
Monitoring?
It pipes in a real-time feed from the stage microphones. Useful for knowing when your set is coming up.
He's satisfied. That dressing room was fitted with a large speaker playing a direct feed from the stage. At my request, actually. So Lamoire singing in the ceiling sounded just like Lamoire singing over the speaker. Ingenious. Her voice was hidden by her voice. Lamoire?
I've just remembered something.
Do tell.
When I heard the noise, the gunshots, yes. It startled me, so I stopped singing.
Ooh, what?
I forgot the words I was supposed to sing.
The song stopped?
Thankfully, it was the very beginning of the second verse, so not many would notice.
The forehead, the mixing board I'd lent you. Where is it? The mixing, huh? Oh.
That machine, Apollo, the one that breaks music into tracks.
Oh, this. I'd completely forgotten about it. Oh, we get to play with this again. I want to keep going. All right, guys. Bonus extra episode because I want to play with this thing. I can't do anything. Ugh, voice dying. Oh my god. Okay. Get it? We've seen this a bunch of times. I want to play with the mixing board. Yeah. The song does stop there. It does? I must have missed it. Look at the lyric sheet. At the top of the second verse. How did I not notice that? Pleasure, pleasure. Yeah, I guess it was the lyrics didn't really stick out. Now listen again. This is evidence indeed. I believe we are guilty of making a terrible mistake. The crime didn't happen during the third set. It happened during the second, during Lamoire's ballad. If that's true, then no one on stage during the second set could have been the shooter. Which means that Darian Crescent could have done it. He wasn't on stage for the second set. While Prosecutor Gavin also gives Maki an alibi, is fascinating. I don't believe I've ever seen the trial turned around quite so thoroughly. Yet one problem remains. What's that, Prosecutor Gavin? Air Forehead's theory does have a certain kind of logic to it. Yet it is entirely based upon Lamoire's testimony. Yes, is there a problem with this? Well, it's quite simple, though it pains me to say it. What if she is lying to protect the defendant? We have no proof. I could just get to play with the mixer? All I'm saying is that the truth is as yet unclear until we hear directly from the man himself. The man, you don't mean? Oh, we're gonna call... Yes, though he's a friend and the band member, Darien Crescent must take the stand. I see no other way. Is someone with a new perspective on the case? Is a suspect, to be frank. Finally, the rat's coming out of his hole, and I'm ready to catch him. Darien Crescent, get ready for justice. This is a good time as any to pause for a brief recess. No! I don't get to play with the mixer yet. The prosecution will summon the witness. Have him here and ready by the time we begin. I am the last man who needs to be reminded of what his duties are. Very well, court is adjourned for 15-minute recess. To be continued. Oh, all right, I guess that's a good place to leave it. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed the extra little longer episode to carry you off into the weekend. I believe this is going up on a Thursday, so hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm having a great time with this trial. I want to play with the mixer. I hope I get to play with that some more. It's got to at least be a clue, I would think. But anyway, that's going to do it for me. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.